So now we head into tutorial number 8 in our Success in 80 Days program. And in this one, remember that it's we're in now the navigation stage. So this is about doing an execution, and very importantly, we're going to cover the key subject of sales in this navigation stage. As part of getting your crew involved in navigation, you need to really make certain that your crews has tasks assigned from the change logs. If you had any change logs, whilst perhaps you take over and lead them with the navigation, the main navigation logs that we cover. So what I'm saying here is that get your crew working on the tasks as their primary duty, whilst you get them involved, but with you leading the main navigation logs. Navigation, the main logs anyway, is about executing what we believe is the central pillar, the raison d'etre, if you will, of any commercial enterprise. And you can almost think of this as a definition of a commercial enterprise, and we believe that to be the efficient exchange of value for reward. And sales is about that value, so the value to the customer. Reward involves receiving cash in most commercial enterprises as a result of that exchange of the sales value. And efficiency demands information, so we're going to be involved in sales, cash and information. As with the change log, all navigation logs are very simple in their structure, and really it's much the same as mapping. The detailed work, the information gathering is probably all there. It's now time to exercise your new skills, and we require more contribution from you as an individual rather than just letting the logs work for you. What we're talking about here is to develop those strategies and those processes that actually take your business most effectively to the destination or the end game that you identified right at the beginning of the reconnaissance stage. Let's start with the sales navigation log, because when you think about it, it's where business starts. It's not much happens without sales. If you got no sales, you ain't got a business. And what we see here is that down the left-hand side we have drawn up a typical set of sales steps or sales processes from one end of the sales cycle to the other. For each process we identify now which quadrants that we feel contain elements relevant to that specific process, and these are followed next by those elements themselves. When we enter elements in that third column, we'll need to include again some of the keywords that outline why each one of these is relevant to that process. And then in the final column, we itemize those crew members that are associated in some way with each of the sales processes. And lastly, the most important log entry is to actually keyword the tasks that are to be undertaken. Use the printed version or the hard copy version to take notes and jot down things that come up in the brainstorming session with your crew on each of the logs, but then take all of those notes and consolidate them into the digital version, because certainly in the final column, which is the crew and tasks, those entries for each of the sales processes will get quite lengthy.